breath. You had a plan for my every step. You promised to always be by my side. I believe that you are the way, you are the truth, you are the light. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you. I wanna be honest and true and do what's right the way you do. You're teaching me to take a stand and live for you, 'cause I believe that you are the way, you are the truth, you are the light. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you. Even in the moments I feel alone, I know I can trust that you're working and holding my world in your hands. Even in the moments I feel alone, I know I can trust that you're working and holding my world in your hands. You are the way, you are the truth, you are the life. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you.
G'day and welcome back to Hear Me Roar. When you go to the zoo, are you the type of person that looks at the map, knows exactly where everything is, knows that you'll see the lions after you see the muskrats, and then maybe grab some ice cream? Or are you the type of person that kind of just wings it as you go? You just start walking and let your day happen. Sometimes I think the lions think they know the future because we feed them every day at the same time. But just because you can plan for something doesn't mean that you know the future. Sometimes things can happen. Maybe it could rain and you have to go see the reptiles inside instead of the lions, or maybe they run out of strawberry ice cream and you have to pick a different flavor. This reminds me of Proverbs 19:21. It says, "You can make many plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail." Our big idea for today is, I don't know the future, but I know God is with me. Now, Carl might be in a bit of trouble in the near future, so maybe you should go check out and see what he's up to, maybe help him with that. But I'll catch you at the end of this video to do our memory verse.
Hey, hi, howdy. So glad you're here. I'm still at the zoo and I am still having the time of my life. Just 10 minutes ago, I saw a chimpanzee do a backflip off of a tire. It was hanging from a rope, a little tire swing. Did a backflip. Then 5 minutes before that, I saw a giraffe eat a dude's hat. It was awesome. You know, there's just something about going to the zoo that gets me pumped. Woo! I don't know if it's the elephant mud or the smell of stale pretzels. Something about it just reminds me of my childhood. I don't ever want to leave.
Dear fellow zoogoers, the zoo is closing in 5 minutes. Please gather your personal items and find the nearest exit. Thank you for visiting the zoo.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I am a robot, and I am not allowed to kid.
Oh, thanks. I didn't think you could hear me.
Ha ha ha. I hear everything.
Alright, that is scary. Anywho, kids, why didn't you tell me the zoo's gonna close? Oh man, this stinks. So if I have to leave the zoo now, that means I have to go where? I don't know. Man, I don't want to leave. The world's falling apart.
I think you're being a little dramatic.
Hey, Carl.
Oh no, what's going on?
I mean, it's just that the zoo's closing now and I don't know what's going to happen.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, I have to leave the one place I love more than anything. To where? Home? Waffle House? Home Depot? I don't know what's ahead of me and I'm scared.
All right, well, that's fine. No one knows what's ahead of him.
What do you mean?
Well, look how afraid Daniel was when he had his dream.
What are you talking about?
Daniel in his dream. Look at Daniel, Old Testament, chapter 7. Okay, well, one night Daniel had a dream and it was strange. So the dream started out with Daniel looking out at the sea. And there was a strong wind and it started shaking the tree. Then something came out of the water.
Really? What?
4 big beasts. All of them came up out of the water and each of them had a special power.
Describe them, please.
All right, so the first beast looked like a lion, but it had wings like eagles.
Terrifying. Continue.
The second beast was a bear holding 3 rib bones in its mouth.
Also terrifying.
The third beast was a jaguar with 4 wings like a bird.
Oh, that's not too weird.
But it also had 4 heads.
And there it is.
And then the last beast was a very scary and strong one. It had iron teeth and 10 horns.
Cool, that sounds cool.
After that, Daniel saw God's throne, and the last beast was killed. The rest of the beasts had their powers all taken away.
All right, I'm following you.
Then Daniel suddenly sees what they call the Son of Man.
Oh, I think I know him.
He was shown that the Son of Man would be in control of every nation for all time.
Seriously? Is that true?
It sure is, but Daniel woke up and he was a bit scared.
What? Why? That's a fun and intense dream.
Yeah, but Daniel knew that it meant something.
Really? Dreams can mean something?
Sometimes, but that wasn't uncommon in the Old Testament times. Daniel knew that the beasts represented kings of the world, and no matter how mighty and powerful that those kings would ever be, no one is as powerful as God. Daniel didn't know it then, but we know now that the Son of Man in this dream was probably talking about Jesus and how he is truly the king, a king more powerful than any king in the past, present, or future.
Well, you're right about that. Man, I can't imagine being Daniel. That is a super heavy dream. Think about it. Jesus hadn't come to the earth yet. And Daniel's seen bits and pieces of the future, and I don't know, that could be a bit scary.
No, you're totally right, Carl. Not knowing what the future holds can be scary. I find myself worrying all the time about what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I going to do when I get older? How am I going to keep a job? Why do I have to have a job? You know what I mean, Carl?
Totally. I worry about a ton of things, and I don't know how to stop it.
Well, just know this. You can only control what you can control.
Huh?
Think about it. You can't control what tomorrow will ever look like or what can happen. So instead of worrying, we need to learn to trust God more and more.
Oh, I like that. What if I mess up and do worry, though?
That's okay. God will always be there for us. We just need to keep trying and trusting.
Hey there, kiddos! How was the story? Did Carl stop crying? I hope so. So today's big idea is, I don't know the future, but I know God is with me. Oh, that is so good! So let's roar it out loud on the count of 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I don't know the future, but I know God is with me! Good job, kids! That was rhino-rific. That was a rhino joke. Like rhino and terrific put into one word. Get it? No? Okay. Anywho, thank you so much for watching Grow TV. I hope to see you next time. Bye!
Okay, so I'm super excited because I get to do this experiment today, except that I haven't found a helper yet, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm up to. You ready? So I'm sure you can see the string and you're wondering what's at the bottom of the string. That's a good question, because at the bottom is, oh, wait a minute, it's really heavy. Okay, is a bowling ball. And it's part of my experiment today, so I have to find somebody to help me. I'm really not quite sure where to go. I was kind of hoping somebody would walk by or maybe see me or something. I just don't, wait. Hey, Mr. Bill, how are you today?
I'm good. I didn't see you there, Patty. I'm sorry.
You didn't see me? Oh, well, I was, okay. Anyway, so I'm doing this experiment today, and I was really hoping that I could find somebody who was brave. Are you brave?
Absolutely. My middle name.
Okay, and somebody who could trust me. Can you trust me?
I believe I can trust you, yes.
Okay, but will you trust me?
Well, I think that if I can trust you, I will trust you.
Alrighty, well, let's find out. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this bowling ball is I'd like for you to put it by your chin, and then you're gonna release it and let it just swing back and forth.
Okay.
You got it?
So how many times have you tested this?
So I'm just gonna give you the ball, and you're just gonna put it right by your chin, okay?
That's all I have to do.
Yeah, and I'll just back up a little bit. And then when you're ready, let it go.
This is a real bowling ball.
Yes, and did I tell you, don't move?
No.
And you probably shouldn't try this at home. Perfect.
Whoa.
That was great. Alrighty, so Bill, you were really brave. Like, it looked very scary. Was it scary?
Yes, it was. Seeing that ball come at you and not sure exactly where it's going to stop in that arc. Is it going to hit you or not? It was scary.
Yeah. And you know, with our lives, sometimes we face scary situations because we can't control what's going to happen in the future. We can't control people, we can't control things, but we can control who we put our trust and our confidence and our faith in. So when life gets a little crazy and you're really not sure what's going to happen next, can you trust God? Can you be brave and be confident in Him and let Him be in control of your life and your future? Because that is where it really matters.
So Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not panic before them. For the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you." So God said this to Joshua in the Old Testament. He was letting him know that he could trust him forever and not worry about being abandoned or being alone. Think about it like this. A lion, they are always looking up high, looking all around them, right? They're always on a rock or on a really tall place trying to see what's in front of them or what's behind them, so they have a good view of everything. But when it's hunting, it's down in the grass and it's focused on one thing. It's prey. And it can't see anything that's going on behind it, right? God can always see what's happening. He knows exactly what has already happened, what is currently happening, and what will happen in the future. Because He is omniscient. We, unfortunately, are not. But that's okay, because our God has everything in view. We're kind of like that lion in the grass, right? We only can see what's happening right now. We can't see what's in the future, and we don't have a perfect perception of what happened in the past, right? But God does, and He can see all of those things because He is omniscient. And because of that, we are able to put our full trust in Him. I want to pray for us today, and what I want you guys to think about while we're praying is how you can put your trust in Him. We need to put our trust and be brave and courageous in the fact that God has us in His hand. We can let everything fall at His feet and not worry about a thing because He's got us and everything's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna pray for us. God, we thank You for being the omniscient God that You are, for being so powerful and for knowing all things. God, I pray that You will just allow us to trust that in You, that You are the most powerful, Lord God. I pray that You will allow us to just put our focus on You, God. Focus on You and Your plan for us right now, and just trust that You know what will happen in the future and that You have a plan and a path for our future, God. Amen.
Hey everyone, we're so glad to have you here with us, and today I'm with my friend Miss Benisa. Hey Miss Benisa, can you tell us a little bit about yourself that maybe the kids don't know?
So, my name is Fenixa Marie Rodriguez Gonzalez. I'm from Puerto Rico, for the east part of Puerto Rico, and I am a family therapist.
Oh, wow. Yes. That's so cool. Okay, and how long have you been in the United States?
We moved in 2018.
Wow, that's not very long at all.
It's not.
Wow, that's really cool. So I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the struggles that you faced.
So, we moved in 2018, like I said. I moved here with my sister and my son, and we just realized that the challenges were more bigger than we thought. And one of the things that was very hard in the beginning is my native language is Spanish. So you can imagine, Miss Patty, if I start to speak Spanish here, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Soy de Puerto Rico, del área de este, me gusta el arroz, la habichuela, el pollo. How do you feel about it? Right?
Oh, well, I took some Spanish, so I caught some of what you said.
But not
hard. All of it.
Exactly.
Yes, because I'm trying to keep up your fast.
Exactly. So it's pretty hard speaking another language. So that was the first challenge that we need to work on.
So when you moved here?
Just when we start to move here.
You did not speak English?
Not too much, because in Puerto Rico we learn English, but we don't practice English.
Okay.
So we have some knowledge about how to write English and everything, but it's not the same when you speak, literally speak. Also was pretty hard when we just realized that the lifestyle here is very different.
Ooh.
The food is different, and also the weather is different.
Truly?
Yes, Puerto Rico is part from the Caribbean, so you can imagine it's completely different. And was very hard for us because we leave our family in Puerto Rico. Yes, all of them still live in Puerto Rico.
Wow, you are very brave.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have done that. So as somebody that's moved here and is starting over and getting to know, really, it's a different culture, different people. What are some of the things that you would like other people to understand about someone who may have just moved to the country? Like, how can we be better people that help them so that they can overcome those obstacles?
You need to build community. I am very grateful for Cornerstone Church because I start a community here, and I start to meet people, and they were very helpful in this process.
Good.
And also when you feel like you belong to something, you feel better.
So what are some ways that you saw God helping you as you were struggling?
So one of the things that God taught us was to have peace.
Yeah.
In hard times, you need to have some peace, and also trust in the process and work hard.
Yeah.
We need to work hard. That part was very hard to do. Taking English classes, participating in the community, and try to engage with people to learn how to live in Maryland. This is a completely different country. So also, let me tell you something, Miss Patty. Was very hard for us about the cold weather.
I was going to say, it doesn't snow in Puerto Rico.
Oh my God. Literally, we learn how to stay warm.
Yeah.
And also how to wear a coat, because we don't use that in Puerto Rico.
You don't wear coats in Puerto Rico?
No, we don't.
Oh my goodness.
We only wear flip-flops and tank tops and shorts. Yeah.
That sounds ideal, really.
It is.
Yeah. So what did you do when it first snowed? How did you feel? Were you excited?
We were very excited. I have a video.
Do you really? A video?
Yeah. For me, it was very impressive because I literally see God. Like, oh my God, it's snowing. What? Was very beautiful.
Were there people who were mean to you when you were here in this country? We would hope that everybody would be nice, but did you deal with people who were not patient?
I did. I it's hard to say it, right? But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Some people, because again, my native language is not
Yeah.
English, sometimes they just were very rude because literally sometimes I just always bring my dictionary just to try to explain myself, and they can understand me. But some people just treat you like, okay, why you here? You know, return to your country, things like that. But at the same time, I am very grateful with God because He sent to my sister, my son, and I people that they were very, very welcoming, and they just very willing to help us in this process.
Good. Okay. Do you think that you're courageous?
Well, I really think that I am courageous. Also, I think that my son and my sister, they are courageous like me. Courageous doesn't mean that you need to feel something. Sometimes people, they just expect that you need to feel something to be courageous. No, courage means just do it and trust that God is in your side. Just walk. He will be with you. Yes.
That's awesome.
That's the truth.
Well, thank you so much for stopping
You're
by
welcome.
and sharing your story with us. We're glad that you came, and we're glad to learn more about you, and are thankful that you're part of our church body.
Thank you, Miss Patty.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's game. We are playing a game called Can an Animal Do That? I'm here with Mr. Isaiah and Mr. Steven, and they are going to be competing to win the metaphorical crown today. So I have a series of statements about some things that animals could possibly do. I'm going to read one, and they're going to buzz in and answer true or false, whether they think an animal can or cannot do that. If they answer it correctly, they'll get a point, and if they can name an animal that does that thing, they'll get bonus points. Our first statement is, animals can regrow missing limbs. Isaiah.
True.
That is correct. Can you give me an example of an animal that can regrow missing limbs?
Is the tail count as a limb?
Yes.
Okay, a lizard, like a green anole, if you cut its tail, or if it's trying to, if it gets bitten off, then it will grow its tail.
That's true, and you get 2 points. Mr. Isaiah, also, starfish and spiders can regrow their arms and legs.
Spiders?
Yeah. Probably not all spiders, some spiders.
Okay.
Animals can climb an almost vertical wall.
I know this one. I know that is true.
That's correct.
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
Do you know what animal can climb an almost vertical wall?
I think it was a gorilla, a monkey, or something like that.
It is not.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a mountain goat.
Mountain goat.
Can climb
Okay.
mountains
But I
that
know
are
it was
almost
one of them.
Straight
See.
up. Next statement. Animals can run on water. Oh, that was really close. I'm gonna go to Mr. Isaiah.
Oh man.
True or false?
True.
That is correct. Do you know what kind of animal can run on water?
Well, I've seen a water strider, like a little spug.
Yeah, that's right. Water striders. Insects like water striders and a lizard that's called a Jesus lizard can run on water.
Wow.
But I'm pretty sure
We
the
get one of
only
those here at
human that
church.
can run on water on his own is Jesus. All right, next statement. Animals can be louder, oh sorry audio, than a jet. Mr. Steven.
In a way, I believe they can.
In a way, it's a true
Because
or false question.
Actually,
I think so.
I believe it's true.
True, that's correct. Can you give me an example of an animal that is louder than a jet? Well, I give you a point.
Have you
let me
heard a
think.
jet before?
Jets are very loud.
I gotta put earplugs to hear those.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a lion? They can roar too.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what it is. A blue whale. Blue whale, they're tall.
Oh, that's right. When they're in the water, yeah,
Yes.
they do make all that noise.
And
That's
it can
true.
reach
That is true.
188 decibels, which
That
is a
is
measurement of
true.
sound, and jets are only 140. But a human shouting is 90, so
well.
jets are louder than
All
that.
right, fine.
Next
No
statement.
problem.
Animals can know the future.
I never heard that one. He might.
Yeah. What is your guess?
I hope this is not a trick question. I'm gonna say false. but I mean, I know some animals can use their instincts to tell what is coming soon.
Exactly.
Like a storm or something.
Yes, exactly. Birds, squirrels, cattle, and a bunch of other animals can sense when a big storm is coming. So they don't know the future, but they can feel the storm in the air. Next, animals can sleep with one eye open. Isaiah.
False.
That is incorrect.
No.
Dolphins and whales sleep with half of their brain awake so they can breathe and have one eye open for safety. Next, animals can be shapeshifters. Shapeshifters.
What do you mean by
shape?
Can you give me a definition?
Their shape. They can change the shape and color of their bodies. Yes, Mr. Isaiah.
That is true.
That's correct. What kind of animal can do it?
A chameleon.
That was not the example that I had, but that's true. The only example I have is octopus. There are types of, I think it's called a mimic octopus that can do that, but I know you're correct about chameleons. Animals can have 360-degree vision. They can see everything around them without
Oh, I got that one. Oh, come on.
I think Mr. Isaiah was first.
Oh, no. What?
True or false?
That's true.
That's correct. Can you think of an animal that can do it?
A bird? Like an owl or a pigeon?
Well, that's not 360 degrees.
No.
I don't think. It's almost. It's close. Maybe.
Okay.
Well, the example we have is chameleons and dragonflies. They can see everything around them without moving their head. We've reached the end. We came all the way back to the beginning, which means it is time to tally up our scores. Mr. Isaiah! Very nice job. Oh, goodness.
There you are. Congratulations, you made it to the end. If I say I'd see you next week, I'd be lying. Get it? Because this is the end of our Hear Me Roar series. Sad, but good. Let's say our memory verse together one last time. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knows those who trust in him. Nahum 1 verse 7. Well, you should come back next week anyways, because we have backstage passes to understand the story of Esther. It's going to be real exciting, but that's all we have for you. G'day, have a good one. Catch you at the zoo, mate.